Merry Christmas, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's having a good holiday. I wanted to drop a new video and just talk about some of the investments I've been doing lately. I'm actually pretty excited for this. So, a little while ago, I made a video about putting $10,000 into Apple, and actually, it's paying off really good. Apple right now is kind of going up and down, but I've already been paid my dividend, which basically, paid for all the costs and everything, and it's working out really good. And like always, if you don't know, the really simple terms is buy low, sell high. So if you haven't been buying on the dips, you're pretty stupid. So buy on the low dips for Apple if you're investing in Apple. So what I have been doing last week is I made a new investment. Actually, I made three new investments. And I didn't buy specifically into individual stocks, but I went into more of a broad market. So if you don't know, there are things called ETFs or mutual funds. They're kind of similar, but they're all a little bit different in their own ways, and when it comes to fees and stuff like that and tax purposes. But I went into a huge broad market. One of them I already have. Basically is strictly the tech sector. And then I have another one which is into what we call the blue chips. So kind of the tech sector also, but there's part of some credit card financing, some banks, but some big time companies like Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, some big time heavy movers. And that has been pretty much pandemic proof. And then there's another one, which I'm actually really excited. And so far, their year-to-date total return is almost at 60%. And then their projected the next 10 years is to be a lot higher. I think they're averaging around like 20% like per year. So the investment is really good, and the return is even better. So basically, I put $5,000 into a new blue chip market. So I'm heavily into Amazon right now. I'm heavily into Microsoft, Apple. And this has been, I did it so prior to the close on Friday, I was in on Thursday and Friday. So Thursday was my initial purchase for these three. So Thursday I was in, and then so I got some returns on Thursday and Friday, and then today, which the markets are high. So I put 5,000 into a blue chip, huge fund. I put 3,000 into an overseas, into an Asian market, which basically is heavily with like Alibaba. I think I might have said that wrong. Alibaba? I think it's Alibaba, which is a huge tech company. So, and then there's some other things. That's the one that's almost at 60% return on just the year to date, which is crazy. And then there's another one that I'm already invested, which is a tech stock, or basically like a market share that I'm already invested. And my year to date return, I think I'm at about 2,000. I think is my return already, which is pretty good, because I bought into it with not a lot. But so I made another $2,000 into that. So 5,000 into a blue chip. 3,000 into the Asian market overseas, and then another 2,000 into this one fund that I already have. So basically, math, that's another $10,000 that I've invested. So basically, those three just combined in my portfolio that I've made and developed. On Thursday and Friday of last week, my returns were about, I think Thursday was at $336 to be exact, in my return, so I was in the green. And then on Friday, I think I was at, I'd have to look, but I think like the 280s. So it just dropped a little bit, but my plus is in the 280s. So I've already made over $500 just in 2 days with those spread of funds I have. And today the markets are green. Which is good. And even if they don't go green, or if they close in the red, where I'm positioned right now, I'm probably going to be in that 260 to maybe 310 range again. So if just building up $300 a day is pretty good. So a little bit of advice for you guys. when you're investing into these things, always remember that it's not like a get rich quick, fix. So yeah, you could make a bank a lot of money, but you can also lose your ass. And I've lost my ass, but don't ever just sell just because like the markets are crashing. Buy low, sell high. So sometimes the market, when it crashes or it dips, is a good thing because it gives more opportunity for people to buy on when it starts to climb again. So also, if you're investing or if you're a new time investor, I'm not a big person to invest. I don't know that much, but I know a good amount. Don't just think that you can YouTube and you can just research people that are trying to do these get rich quick schemes, because for the most part, they're schemes. Some of them do pay off. I have followed a couple people and actually communicated with a couple of these people that have helped me in the long run and made me some pretty good money. So just know that, like, if you're, for instance, on like little sites or little apps, remember, you're going to be paying, especially if you're buying and selling all the time, if you're not putting some of this money aside, you're going to be losing your ass at the end of the year in taxes. Don't think that you can just buy and sell and make some money and expect that you're not going to pay taxes. You're crazy. The IRS is going to come for your ass. So always set, some money aside to pay off at the end of the year. Also, get into stocks that pay dividends. If you're investing in the market, whether it's a little teeny sites or you're on big sites like me, like I use Robinhood, which is really cool because most of the things that I'm investing in don't pay commission. But my big time money is in Fidelity. Get into Fidelity. It is free to open up. It's so easy. You can sync your bank accounts to Fidelity. It's really easy because you're talking to real-time brokers 24 hours a day. Most Fidelity places, if you want to talk to someone in person, are also in major cities. So it's really cool to have a Fidelity place in my city and all my surrounding cities. Excuse me. But I think that you need to get into stocks if you're going in individually, or even if you're into a broad market. Like I'm doing everything. So I'm getting dividends all the time. Those dividends I set into a pool of money, which is basically cash on hand. I can use that to basically pay any commission fees. I can use that to pay any taxes at the end of the year. So basically it's like a slush fund. That's money that's coming back to me and I'm using to pay all kinds of any like bills I might want with my stocks or any of the commission stuff, especially the taxes at the end of the year. Because if I'm selling some stocks and I'm cashing in and I'm raking in money, then I'm going to use a lot of that slush fund or those dividend funds to pay back, that the capital gains. So, and I also use that just for free money, basically. So make sure you're getting into stocks that pay you dividends to basically collect money back, because then you use that to pay other things. But be careful when you get into these other little companies. So like these little teeny apps that people are trading with are, some of them are good, but you have to be careful because those are not always secured. They're not always, secured in the way of like hack proof. Your accounts can be hacked, but I recommend Fidelity. So yeah, just wanted to touch base to talk about some of the things I'm investing into now, more broader markets. I'm really excited because my Amazon stuff, Microsoft, Apple, all that is paying off. Getting into Home Depot, Visa, MasterCard, those big time places. Actually, the one thing I don't really like to get into, I am into it, but I really don't want to be like heavily into it, is Berkshire Hathaway. There's nothing wrong with them, but there's some of the things that they're doing. I didn't like their Boeing, investment that they did a while back, and that whole thing crashed. There's some things that they're into that I'm not really feeling. I don't know that much about it, but like I know they sold a lot of Apple. But Apple is in this huge cycle right now where their demands for their new phones is like through the roof. So the next couple quarters, probably the next 2 quarters, we can see some huge uptick in Apple, especially on the dividend side too. So I'm going to be collecting those dividend checks, which is great. So yeah, just be careful. But yeah, keep investing. Make sure that you're investing in the things you know about. Beware of the get-rich-quick schemes. Just please beware of those. Also, for the people that reached out to me on some advice, hopefully I've helped out with some things. There's been a lot of people asking me some questions about like what my portfolio is, and I've been pretty easy to show people my portfolio, how much money's in multiple portfolios I have. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot out to me. Email me, hit me up on Instagram. A lot of people hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up on TikTok. I'm also on TikTok. But yeah, anyways, happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. Who says happy holidays? And take it easy.